What's up, YouTube? So this is video number 7, and it's just extra stuff. It's stuff that I left out, extra stuff I want to say, more motivation, etc. Now, if you're not familiar, go watch those other videos, just how to quit smoking weed, basically. And I guess the more like specific advice of how to exactly quit smoking weed, I think is in like videos 5 and 6, I think, or 4, 5, and 6. And here we go. I'm just gonna start off from some random place, some stuff I left out. All right, so when I started smoking weed when I was 12 years old. Smoked for all of age 12. Didn't smoke for 13 and 14. Started again when I was 15 to 20, and I quit when I was 20 years old. 24 right now. Now, when my first day of smoking weed, I remember it. This other 12-year-old kid whipped out a joint, offered to get me high. He was like, "Do you want to smoke weed?" And I was thinking about it like crazy. I was like asking a million questions. You know what I mean? It was like I wanted to have the experience of getting high. I just wanted to experience it. I want to see what it was all about. I watched that movie Half Baked. You know what I mean? And I really like comedy. I heard it made you laugh and stuff. So I really wanted to see what it was about. I really wanted to see what it was like. And I thought about it for like almost an hour. It was like, seriously, I was like freaking asking all kinds of questions. Like, how long is it going to last? I'm like trying to calculate. I didn't want to get caught. I was like, I have to be home by a certain time, and like, will it wear off by the time I get home, and all that stuff, you know? So anyway, he told me, hey, it's supposed to only last for 2 hours. The most I think it lasts is like 4 hours. So I'm like in my head, okay, assume 5 hours. Just the worst case scenario, 5 hours. Okay. At 5 hours, I was debating. I was like, dang, 5 hours. I was like calculating. Like I even took I was like, all right, 5 hours. I was like, I finally decided to do it. I was like, all right, 5 hours in my head. I was like, okay, 5 hours. I'm willing to give the next 5 hours of my life to this experience, but no more than 5 hours. That's it. You know what I mean? I did it. Okay? So really, what I thought I was signing up for was a one-time experience. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted to get it out of the way, one-time experience. Just like, you know what I mean? Everybody wants to go to Disney World. You don't want to go to Disney World every single day and live there, right? You just want to get it out of the way. It's an experience you want to have, you know? If like everybody wanted to see the movie Titanic, but nobody wants to watch it every day. You just want to see what all the freaking fuss is about. You just want to go watch it real quick, get that out of the way. An experience you want to have, you know? For me, it was just supposed to be an experience that I wanted to have. I had no idea I was signing myself up for a lifetime of addiction. I had no idea I was signing myself up to have the strongest urge to smoke the next day and the day after that, and to do it too, and to just smoke every single day for years to come. I had no idea that was going to happen. I had no idea that was what I was signing up myself up for. And if it were to be presented to me that way, I would have said, heck no. I would have cussed. I would have been like, F no. Get that effing crap out of my face. You know what I mean? Get out. Like I wouldn't even want to like be hanging around with that person anymore. You know what I mean? I would be like, that guy is a bad influence. You know what he tried to sign me up for 5 years of addiction or whatever, like 10 years of addiction. And like my friend Rick, right, who's been smoking for 10 years. He started when he was 15 and he smoked all the way. He's 25 now. So 10 years now. If I have asked him this and he got puzzled, and he always defends weed to the max. I'm like, dude, same exact thing. Said the exact same, because I got him to smoke weed. I had to talk him into it. He didn't want to do it. I was like, dude, right before you said yes, if I got you all the way to the point where you were like, all right, let's do it. If I got you all the way down to that point, but right as you said, let's do it, if I were to go, okay, but just so you know, you're going to smoke weed guaranteed for the next 10 years. Like I just looked into the future. I saw 2011. You didn't take one break. He hasn't taken one break. He smoked weed every single day. And he's 25 now and hasn't taken a break since that first day. Just so you know, you're going to smoke weed guaranteed for at least the next 10 years. And you're not even going to want to stop. Do you still want to smoke? I can guarantee you he'd say no, and he just got puzzled. He was like, he just got quiet. I don't remember what he said, but he wouldn't have said yes. Who the heck would? Like, who would? You know what I mean? And he's a smart guy. He would have done, I know he wouldn't be sitting at home playing video games every day for the last 10 years, which is mostly what he's done. Hanging out with friends, smoking, playing video games, hanging out with friends, just kind of laying around with everybody just lays around. No one really does much. Kick it with each other and smoke weed. I know he wouldn't have done that minus the weed. You know what I mean? Anyway, and I know you probably wouldn't have either. If you've been smoking weed for 5 years, think back to the first time. If you knew you were signing yourself up for 5 years and not just one day, not just one experience, I doubt you would do it. Okay? And then, not to brag, but before I quit, when I was still smoking weed, I used to always talk about hockey, how I wanted to start playing again. I used to like be upset that I quit playing hockey. I used to always talk about I want to go back to church. I used to talk about how I want to start working out again and doing all these things, just all these things I wanted to do, and I never did any of them. I was just always smoking weed. I feel weird talking about this, but I'll just run through some quick stuff that I actually did after I quit smoking. Okay, I started playing hockey again. I'm on an ice hockey team right now. I started playing chess again, play every day, getting really good at it. Very good at it right now. Sorry, not to brag. Started playing guitar again. I shred on guitar. I play classical, everything. I started my own business. I'm an entrepreneur. Not to brag, I feel so weird saying that. And just a bunch of other stuff. I started writing comedy again. I write sketch comedy. I do stand-up comedy. There's all these things I know I would not have done had I have still been smoking weed. And there's more stuff I want to do. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it too. Like, I really want to do it. I'm probably going to do it. Now, you know what? I can guarantee you that smoking weed is like millions. I mean, being sober is like millions of times better than smoking weed. And I can guarantee you that if you quit just by default, you would just wind up doing stuff with your life. Like, say you're just a really apathetic person that never wants to do anything anyway. If you quit smoking weed, I can guarantee you're going to like start walking around or something. You're going to go apply for jobs, get hired. So, you're just going to start doing things. You're going to start taking care of things that you should have done a long time ago in the order that they should have been done. It's so weird. Like, I remember right when I quit, like the week I quit, I freaking got my driver's license. I mean, it was weird. But that was when I quit something else. I think it was like cigarettes or something. Oh, no. Ah, freaking A, forget it. But anyway, and you don't need it, man. What if you were never introduced to weed? What if you were never exposed to weed to begin with? Like, I have friends that will say stuff like, "Man, but I need weed. Like without weed, I'll be like." This one kid, he would always say this: if I weren't smoking weed every day, I'd be bashing people. I'd be crazy. I'll just be loose. I'd be like nuts. I'd be punching people's faces in. I'd be bashing fools' heads in. And I'm just like, seriously? No, you wouldn't. I've known you since 7th grade, and you started smoking when you were 16. Between 7th grade and 16, you never even been in a fist fight before, for one. And between 7th grade and 16, you were calm, quiet. I mean, you're just normal. Like you didn't cause. You're not like that. Like, what makes you think you would be like that without weed? So A, that's not even true in any way. That's freaking not even close to being accurate. And then B is what. Like, what if you were never introduced to weed to begin with? What if you're never exposed to weed to begin with? How would you know you even need it? How would you know you even want it? Like for heroin addicts, it's not like they were born to be heroin addicts. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, like just magically you would have found heroin somehow and done it on your own. Someone introduced it to them. Someone exposed them to heroin, and they just chain of a series of events led to them doing heroin, and then they couldn't stop. And now they're heroin addicts, but if they were never introduced to heroin, if they were never exposed to it in the first place, they wouldn't feel like they need it right now. But if you talk to them right now, they would say that they need it. They would be like, dude, you don't understand. I need it. Like, without it, I'm this way, and I need to, la 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 la. The same thing with pot, like bud. Like, you feel like you need bud, but really be realistic when I ask you this. What if you were never introduced to it in the first place? Would you just evaporate? Would you just dissolve into the midair because you couldn't exist without it? I doubt that. You know what I mean? In fact, I know you'd be a much better person without it. I don't know anyone who's better on weed. I don't know anyone who's worse off being sober. Put it that way. Like, oh, ever since he got sober, he's been a mess. Like, you know what I mean? It's always backwards, bro. And you might not know it, but if you have a lot of friends out there, there's a lot of friends who are sober. If you have sober friends, there are a lot of people who are like, yeah, that guy, Ever since he started smoking, we don't talk to him anymore. He's just a freaking. They're probably calling you low life, loser, behind your back, like whatever. That's what they were doing to me and my friends, you know. And we totally deserved it because we were just dropouts, like low lives, like that's what we were. Um, yeah, we were like people and stuff at the same time, and we had feelings too. But we were making bad choices, bro. And and none of us were admitting it. You know, I started admitting it at the age of 17. It took me 3 years to finally quit. Um, and what else? Let's see here. I wrote some stuff down, took notes this time. You were definitely put on this earth for a reason. I believe everyone's here for a reason. You're put here for a reason. I was put here for a reason. You know what I mean? What if you were put here to help your family financially, say? What if you were put here to help someone financially? And let's say you don't have a job right now, or let's say the job you have isn't enough to help anyone financially, but you have the potential to generate enough money to help people financially, whatever it is. Just use that example, okay? Because maybe you're here for something else. Maybe you have strong political views, and you can make a change in this world with your mentality. And but you choose to get high with your time. You choose to get high with your leisure time. You choose to get high with all your time, whatever. You're just getting high every day. That's just a selfish thing to do. You might not know this, but you getting high is not only affecting you. It's not like saying, "Oh, it's just my life. This is my life. I do whatever I want." You're probably affecting your family too. What if your family needs you right now? What if your family needs you to help pay for something? What if what if someone in your life needs you to help pay for something, needs you to help do something, just needs you there? What if you have like a nephew or a brother, younger sibling that wants to hang out with you all the time, but you're always like, nah, later, later, and all you do is go hang out with your friends. Just there's so many selfish things that you're probably doing right now that you don't notice. Like my friend Rick, he has two younger sisters, and they would always be like, "Hey, can we come with you here? Hey, can I? Let's go to the mall. Let's go to the movie." He could totally blow us off and go hang out with his sisters, which we would have no problem with. Like, dude, you gonna spend time with your sisters? Hey, man, that's cool. All right, have a good time. We wouldn't be like, freaking Nick, all he does is hang out with his sisters. Freaking backstabber. You know what I mean? We would be happy for him, and we would prefer that actually. You know, he doesn't have a relationship with his sisters. Same thing with me. I would freaking neglect the crap out of my younger family. They would always want to hang out with me and spend time with me, and I would be pushing them away, and I would go hang out with my friends instead. There are times where should have been helping financially, and all I'm doing is blowing my entire paycheck on myself. Oh, I need to eat fast food because I'm always out. I'm never home. I need to smoke my weed, and that's a very expensive bill. I need to get myself drunk and supply beer for parties. Da da da. Like I would blow my check, and it freaking would just go. I don't even know. I can't even tell you where the money went because I don't even know. Just all these random places. Um, but how selfish of you to do that. You know, how selfish of me to do that. I've done that for years. You know what I mean? I worked at several places for a year. I remember working this one place. I worked there for an entire year. It was a year and 2 months or something. I remember saying to myself, I was like, dude, you know, it's been a year since I've been working here, and I have absolutely nothing to show for it. Not one thing. I didn't have anything to show for it. I bought this device, I bought something that was electronical. And that was the one thing I had to show for the entire time I've been working there, and it wasn't that much. It was like $100. And I was like, and that's what made me think about it. I was like, wow, I have something. I have something now. This is something that's not going to go away. Everything else I would spend my money on was like renting. I would rent a bunch of weed. I would rent a bunch of alcohol. I would rent good times. I would spend money on motels and whatever. Just like blow my money. It's fast food. Money's just gone. You know, I spent my whole year of my life, 40 hours a week, just giving it away, and I got nothing to show for it right now. You know what I mean? I had that one electronical device, and I was like, it just hit me, dude. I've just been wasting my freaking time, you know? Why come to work? Like, why? So I can support my freaking drug habits? Like, what a sad, sad, sad life. You know what I mean? I'm not a downer. I'm being optimistic here. I'm like, I gotta get better. You know what I mean? I'm not like, oh, I'm so sad. Let's just dwell on that for the next 5 minutes. Like, I'm like, dude, what steps can I take to just? I want to be happy in this life. I want to do something in this life. I don't want to live this way. So look, this video is gonna run out on me in like 10 seconds, so I'm gonna have to make another one. I have some really good stuff here, bro. Don't be a weenie and watch the next couple videos or the next video. All right? Hope you get sober. See you there.